Sigma USD is holding up well. Under what conditions can it handle if there was a crash? You just have to look at the um, collateral in the treasury. It's one thing that you can look at it like static. In terms of like a number, you could say, okay, well, if the reserve ever got beneath 100%, then obviously there's not enough backing to claim the or covers the derivative, right? But it's also not a static system. You always have people that are moving into Sig Reserve and out of Sig Reserve. Sigma USD, has proven to be relatively stable in pretty extreme conditions. Is it perfect? No. Um, I think long term, that's something as a community. It's kind of a decentralized ecosystem. There may be some tweaks we could do to make it a little bit performant. There's been, certainly a lot of good ideas out there that have come from the community. But that's something I think should come from the community. And, I always have the question in this space, especially when it comes to this type of application. Whenever you change the rules mid-game, someone gets hurt, right? There's kind of no avoiding that. And so, sometimes when you're talking about, okay, well, what can we do to change this or update it? We should probably first consider the people that got into the game with a certain set of assumptions that we're now changing. I don't like that. I never have. I tend to be someone that leans more towards, immutability and spin up another version of it. That way, you simply don't rug someone of the assumptions that put them in the position that they were in. I struggle with that. That's a hard question, because, you do have like extreme scenarios where it's like, okay, you're kind of in the situation where it's like moral and ethical triage, meaning, at this point, something's on fire and you're just trying to put it out and say what you can. And to some degree, I can understand that more than, it's still operating within the first set of assumptions we set. And then we're like, oh, well, let's just change it. Right. That can be like financial tinkering. And, there are victims to that. So ultimately, I can say that, but I'm just one guy in a decentralized ecosystem. I don't take my own opinion that seriously. In terms of that, I would love to see discussions and debates and kind of robust arguments, and the best ideas win, right? And I'd be happy to try to start that. But I think that collectively the community is smarter than me. So, don't look to me for all the answers.